I'll take it one step further, Geno. I think that there's actually players in this league that would like nothing more than to be given a reason to take a shot at Caitlin Clark. They're looking for a reason to take a cheap shot at Caitlin Clark. And I don't mean a cheap shot like bringing up the ball high and spinning it. I don't mean that. I mean sucker punching the face of the league. There are players in this league that would like nothing more than to lay a cheap shot on CC22.
The fist to the throat isn't just a foul. It's a confession. When Geno Auriemma, the godfather of UConn women's basketball, speaks, he doesn't just analyze the game. He diagnoses the sickness within it. For years, the WNBA has operated in a bubble, insulated from true public scrutiny, a league that valued activism over the bottom line. But then came Caitlin Clark, a player so transcendent she shattered the blueprint, and suddenly, the bubble turned into a pressure cooker. Auriemma, coaching at the highest level for decades, looked at the WNBA and saw something festering. He didn't see jealousy among the elite, he saw hatred. He admitted that the players in this league are not just playing Caitlin Clark hard, they want to kick her ass every single night. That is the quiet part said out loud. He is confirming the underbelly of the league's psychology. This isn't just about a hard foul. This is about the survival of a league that is terrified of its own hero. The incident that sparked this firestorm, the fist on the throat of Caitlin Clark by Alyssa Thomas, is not merely a basketball play. It is the physical manifestation of a war between the old guard and the new economy. The league has a commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, who refuses to say the name that is paying her bills. And now, legendary journalist Christine Brennan has demanded a new sheriff in town. This is the story of how a rookie became the most targeted player in sports, not because of her trash talk, but because her success exposes the rot at the foundation of the WNBA.
Or how scared some of these people were to say her name and give her the credit that she deserved.
Her name. So something's going on and leadership is needed. And when you have a void like this, the void is filled with anger and aggression. And you get things like that picture that's going to last forever of Alyssa Thomas's fist on the throat of Caitlin Clark, the woman who's responsible for the charter flights and more money, at least in some ways, with the collective bargaining agreement that Alyssa Thomas is getting. So that fist to the throat.
Christine Brennan argues that this void in leadership leads to violence. Engelbert's failure to publicly champion Caitlin Clark has created an environment where anger and aggression are the only languages spoken. Alyssa Thomas, making $1.2 million, a salary she only has because Caitlin Clark's presence exploded the league's revenue, put her fist on the throat of the woman responsible for her increased paycheck. The punishment was a slap on the wrist. One game, $1,000. A gesture that screams, this is acceptable. Brennan is demanding Engelbert be replaced because Engelbert is not qualified to handle a crisis of this magnitude. The league is undergoing a generational transformation, a new CBA, and expansion. Yet the captain of the ship is busy pretending the engine doesn't exist. The host makes a devastating point. Engelbert has to go, but even if she is replaced tomorrow, the institutional rot remains. As long as the league prioritizes message over the money, any commissioner is doomed to fail. The fist on Caitlin Clark's throat is the emblem of a league that hates its own success. The WNBA has always prided itself on social justice and camaraderie. Yet, the treatment of Caitlin Clark exposes a deep-seated hypocrisy. Geno Auriemma, who has coached countless legends, admits there are personal animosities toward Caitlin Clark. Not competitive fervor, hatred. He draws a clear line between wanting to beat a player and wanting to hurt a player. The host doubles down on this, screaming that Caitlin Clark is the victim of a coordinated psychological assault driven by hatred, jealousy, and envy.
Now, having said that, I do think there are some personal animosities in that league where people are going to take a shot at her unfairly.
Personal animosities, not competitive fervor. Personal animosities, aka hatred, jealousy, envy.
No question about that. No question about that. And anybody can deny it all they want. Okay, anybody can deny it all they want.
Auriemma's logic is devastatingly simple. If you are wrong, more people would be defending Caitlin Clark. But they aren't. The silence of the league's elder stateswomen speaks volumes. The host sarcastically calls the few who do defend her the Caitlin Clark cult, implying they are an aberration rather than the standard. This suggests that the locker room is united against her. The target on Caitlin Clark's back isn't just physical, it's intellectual. She doesn't play the game their way. She doesn't fit the mold. And for that, she is punished. When the host says players are looking for a reason to sucker punch the face of the league, he is elevating the debate. This is not a basketball argument, it's a class war. Caitlin Clark represents a paradigm shift where skill and entertainment take precedence over ideology. She draws crowds, ratings, and dollars. The veteran players resent this because it diminishes their legacy. They spent years trying to build the WNBA as a haven for political expression, and Caitlin Clark is turning it into a business. The host argues that the league's culture will never change as long as it is funded by the NBA's big brother. They don't need to be profitable, they just need to exist. Caitlin Clark threatens that comfortable existence by proving the league can make money if it focuses on talent rather than activism. The financial implications are staggering. Alyssa Thomas's $1 million salary is a product of Caitlin Clark's gravity. Christine Brennan emphasizes that record-breaking attendance, TV viewership, and moving to bigger arenas all happened because of one person. When Engelbert refused to say Caitlin Clark's name for 20 minutes during a finals presser, she was essentially denying the economic reality of her own league. The commissioner treated Caitlin Clark like Voldemort, a name so feared it must not be uttered.
Only asked you about Caitlin. And then in her the WNBA playoffs I covered in the finals in 2024 went on and on about all the things that had happened that year. Record-breaking attendance, the TV viewership, moving to bigger arenas, all because of one person, Caitlin Clark. And throughout that I think it was close to 20 minutes, 18, 19 minutes, Kathy Engelbert never said the words Caitlin Clark. Never uttered.
She's Voldemort. Folks, in 2024, Caitlin Clark was like Voldemort.
The documentary reveals that this internalized hatred is not just a moral failing, it's a business disaster. The host insists the league needs a dictator, a commissioner who will bring order, a commissioner who will make players stand for the anthem, who will hold players accountable, and who will definitively shift the league's focus from making statements to making money. The host does not believe the WNBA will ever hire such a person because they are coddled by the NBA subsidies. This brings us to the climax, the fight for the soul of the league. Caitlin Clark is not just a player, she is a catalyst. The fist of Alyssa Thomas is the resistance. The silence of Kathy Engelbert is the surrender. The demand for a new commissioner is the battle cry for a future where talent and drawing power are the only currencies. Caitlin Clark is the transitional figure who forces the WNBA to decide what it wants to be when it grows up. The league has two options: continue to be an activist league supported by the NBA, or become a profitable entity led by superstars. If they choose the latter, they must protect Caitlin Clark. If they choose the former, they will continue to target her until she leaves or fades away.